Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, I Found Out My Girl Stayed at My Friend's Last Night. And guys, this story is about a guy who was with his girl for like 3.5 years, thought he had a good thing going. In fact, she was even living with him at his house, and lo and behold, by accident, pure luck, he found out that she stayed over at his buddy's house the night before. They were having a party, and other dudes were there, and eventually, aided by alcohol and drugs, found out that she had relations, not one, but two of them. Three-something. Gotta speak in code here. And of course, she's having a meltdown and denied the whole thing initially and freaking out, and this guy's just beside himself. And of course, he knows what he has to do, and is doing that. Let me very good one to go over here, guys, why reminding you why you can't be involved with gals that are into drugs and that lifestyle, because it's going to come back to be a major problem. Furthermore, gals that seem like the damaged girls, you can't be that white knight hero to save them. And in this situation, sounds like that guy was doing just that, was her beta male provider, if you will, paid for everything, and this is the thanks he got. And of course, you shouldn't have your girl hanging out with other dudes, period. Even if it's a friend that you 100% know has your back, it's just not a good place to be. But fortunately, this guy's young, and he hopefully will have learned and will change his ways in terms of who he has in his life. But nevertheless, Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. So, starts off. My girlfriend of 3.5 years just confessed that she stayed over at my friend's house last night. They have a mutual friend who had her 21st birthday last night, and she said that a few of them all went back to the house to drink and celebrate more once everyone left the venue. When I asked why she didn't come home after that, she said by that time everyone stopped drinking. It was 4 a.m. and they didn't want to wake me up when she knew that I had to work in the next morning. So she just crashed there and reassured me that she wasn't the only one who stayed, and she slept on the floor in the lounge. Well, who sleeps on the floor? Dogs. And so I think it's quite fitting that she was sleeping on the floor, knowing what happens here. Which is when I started getting more inside my head, because his house is massive. His parents have 4 spare bedrooms, queen-size beds in each of them, and a guest house with 2 bedrooms, but she claims that she slept on the floor. Yeah, he smells BS. I'm paranoid because they had a thing for each other back in high school that never saw the light of day, because after she met me, she completely stopped being interested in him. Oh, what a great situation. And the fact that she also didn't tell me about staying at his and hid it from me. The only reason I found out was because she was showing me a TikTok on her phone, and a notification popped up from a friend saying, "Kinda wish I asked you to stay and clean up your mess." I just looked at her, and she quickly jumped up and confessed and said, "Sorry, she should have told me." Oh, so that's how you found out? That otherwise you wouldn't have discovered this? Dude, come on here. Goodbye. Nobody wants to admit and think that their girl and their friends have something going on, and they're all up to no good betraying him, but just, you have enough signs, but the guy's also young. When I asked her who else stayed, she just named some friends who would vouch for her anyway, whether it was true or not. I've always trusted my friend. He's always been someone who always stood up for me, and he's never once lied to me. Once he ended up having feelings for an ex of mine, who at the time I was completely still in love with, and he knew it would have hurt me, but asked for my permission anyway. He's just always been honest with me. I asked him about her staying over, and he just said, "Don't worry, bro. I made sure she was all good." Interesting choice of words. I didn't ask for more details because I don't want to make it out like I'm questioning them both until I'm certain. Am I overreacting? I can't tell if it's just me or my insecurities based around my past relationships, or if it's suspicious, it's driving me insane. Bro, you have every right to be suspicious. There's just too many things that don't quite add up here, Seriously. Now his update. He says here, I found out that only 3 people stayed the night. The other 2 were guys, and was told by another party attendee that she was seen with him multiple times during the night, and they were both caught going to the bathroom together, but they said he had coke and was shouting at everyone, so I'm not sure what to think. I'm trying to find out who these 2 other guys are, and we'll update afterwards. So, all these dudes and your girlfriend, and the girlfriend who neglected to mention she slept over at your buddy's house, and there were all these other dudes there that night. And I'm assuming they mean the white Coke, not Coca-Cola. Second update. He says, we've just finished a long conversation for almost 2 hours. She admits that there was a bit of flirting going on, but said it was harmless. There's no thing as harmless flirting in my eyes, and you definitely don't decide to sleep over at someone's house when you know there's a history and still current flirting. I agree with him. She apologized. She had too much to drink and ended up taking MDMA, coke, and popping half of an LSD tab. She swore nothing happened with my friend, and she swears on my papa's grave. Oh yeah, with all the freaking drugs and alcohol in her system, nothing happened, and she'd really remember everything. Why are you with a chick that takes this shit? Why do you hang out with people that take this shit? And more important, why do people take this shit? This is why I don't feel bad for addicts or anybody like this. They're fucking idiots and get what they deserve. You can see what kind of person I am when it comes to this subject. I don't believe a word anybody's saying here about this situation anymore, so I tested her and told her that somebody who went back to the house told me that they saw her with another guy, and that I was going to ring my mate and ask him truly what had happened. This is when she broke down in tears, screaming, "I'm a piece of crap. I'm sorry." Started smacking herself in the head. She really was hitting herself in the head. And straight away, I already knew that she effed him. So I asked her, "You gonna tell me the truth, or can you get out of my house?" She said she didn't sleep with my friend, but ended up fooling around with the other 2 guys who stayed. Now she's blaming them for taking advantage of her being wasted. Oh, okay, isn't that convenient? Oh, well, as long as you weren't hooking up with my friend, then that's okay. Bullshit, get the fuck out. I rang my friend, and he said he doesn't know exactly what happened after he crashed, as he ended up sleeping. I found the 2 guys as I went through her Insta followers and saw 2 new guys currently messaging them now. Well, you know what? I said, don't waste your time. Bitch, we're done. Get out of here. You and your druggy friends can fall in the river for all I care. On to the updates. He says, I'm just following up my last post, because now I'm stuck on what to do altogether. So if you haven't been following my long post, long story short, my girl of 3.5 years went on and got drunk with her friend's birthday. For the entire night, she was seen flirting with multiple guys, sitting on guys' laps, and was dancing, grinding on them. Well, he didn't mention that in the first one. Again, even before he found out that she was hooking up with 2 other dudes, so basically a 3-something. This shit right here, goodbye, it's over, it's done with. By the end of the party, a few people went over to my friend's house to continue drinking. She ended up staying at this house, not telling me, blah, 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 blah. I found out the two other guys stayed the night, 2 guys that she had only met at the party. I found out who these guys were and hit them up and thankfully empathize, I can't say it, you know what I mean, with me after finding out how long we've been together, and sent me all these screenshots of the messages they sent back and forth to each other that night. After reading these messages, it makes me feel like I never knew who she was at all, practically begging for both of them to take her home. He was so apologetic that I felt bad for him, because he felt just as disgusted, and he said this happened to him at the beginning of the year with his ex. So I had to believe that she made out to be that she was single, something like that, and she's begging these guys to take her. I feel bad for this guy. When I confronted her about all this, she tried to deny it, until I said to her that I've been speaking to the guy, and he sent me all the screenshots of their conversation, and that she has one more chance to be honest with me, or she can pack her shit now and leave. Why don't you just pack up her shit for her in a garbage bag, or just throw it out in the hallway or something like that? But I guess he wants to get the confession out of her. Oh, and of course she denied it. So eventually she ended up confessing, and after that tried making me feel bad by crying and wailing about how much of a piece of crap she is and how she doesn't deserve to live. It's so common in these stories where the gals will start saying things that the guy starts thinking, shit, if I'm too tough on her, or I kick her out or something, she might actually do something to herself, and I get blamed for it. And then she might as well just end it all, since she lost everything she ever wanted. Yeah, what a load of crap. Bitch, I don't care. I don't care what you do. End of story. Just get your stuff and get out of here. Go stay with those guys. Well, the one guy obviously didn't know she was taken. And this is also what happens when you do drugs and all that. I laughed and just told her that there's no point in being upset over something that she wasn't fazed about a while ago. I started to pack my bags, and then she started to hit herself in the head. This chick is mental, or she's trying to put on the show that she's mental. Which I wanted to stop her, but I wanted to stop her and cuddle her, but I knew from past experiences this is just another form of manipulation to get me to stay. You bet your ass is manipulation. She's nothing but lies, deceit, cheating, and manipulation. Don't fall for it. Why couldn't he have recorded her at least hitting her head? That'd be pretty funny to watch years later. I've given her until the 13th to find a place and F off while I stay at my parents' house. And now I'm sitting in the living room on the couch in the dark at 2 o'clock in the morning, wondering what the F and where the hell I've gone wrong again. I'm so angry and hurt and numb at the same time. I don't understand. I go to work Sunday to Thursday around 10 to 12 hours a day, busting my ass off for the house that we live in, the food she buys, and with my card. The clothes and shoes she owns for her nail and hair appointments. For the petrol in her car, for the effing car I bought for her. I've done everything right this time, and I still can't win. So you're that guy. You're that guy that gives everything to your girl, pays for everything, and she's off hooking up with other people. You can't be that way. All right? You're going to be in a relationship. You got to be with somebody that reciprocates, that you're putting the effort, so she. But these guys get in their head thinking, I'm going to be the provider for my lady, even though she's not a lady. And look what happens. He tried too hard. And if this has happened to him before in varying degrees, it's probably because he chooses the wrong girls. He tries to white knight for these girls that are damaged. And it's too nice, too accommodating. And look what happens. This story is so common. He says, how does anyone get through this shit without going insane or losing all faith in humanity and yourself? I feel sick and I just want to be high for the rest of my life right now. Well, you don't need to do drugs to make yourself feel better, although that's what a lot of guys do because they're hurting. Look what drugs and alcohol did in this situation, although she's just a piece of crap anyway. Bro, kick her out. It's over. End of freaking story. Do not take her back, period. And cut off anybody else that's even associated with her. And with regards to that friend of yours, I mean, I would be really digging with your friend saying, what the hell, you had these people there and you let that stuff go on, you know, this went on under your roof, under your watch, you're supposed to be my friend here, and I'd be really questioning more stuff with that so-called friend here. I mean, it's fucking crazy. But anyhow, this is what happens, guys, when you are too giving and kind and loving and try to whiten up for some girl. It's a piece of crap, you know. And he hinted this has happened to him before, and that's what happens to nice guys. They keep dating the same type of girl. The same way gals tend to date the same type of guy, treats them like crap, guys tend to date the same type of girl, takes advantage of them. So you can't be with someone like this, otherwise it's going to happen. And the best thing you can do is just move on and really learn things about himself so he doesn't make the same mistakes. But nothing surprises me now. A girlfriend gets drugged and drunk and doing a three-way with two dudes at a party. Anyway, some comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says there, you should have kicked her out if you're the sole leaseholder or owner of the home. She can stay with her parents or her side pieces. You shouldn't have to be out of your own house. You gave her too much time to find a way to F with your shit some more. She's probably effing some dude in your bed as we speak. Yeah, why the hell did he leave? You know? He just doesn't have the strength to kick her out. Another guy says, stick to your guns and embrace the red flag. Be glad you don't have kids with her. Also, be very careful. People can show you that they show you never really knew them and they're facing a major change, like being put out. It's possible for them to lie about abuse or worse, so I wouldn't go alone to see her out of your place. Take a witness, preferably a woman, family member. Good luck. Yeah, good idea. Another one says, you're damn, dude. I can only imagine the betrayal and pain you feel. Don't beat yourself about it. She's in the wrong here. Cut all contact with this chick ASAP and say hello to your new friend, the gym. Yes. Hit the gym. Get exercise. Get out. Stop doing drugs or drinking and make yourself feel better. Work out. Get exercise. Hang out with people that care about you. And take it one day at a time. And focus on your purpose. Making something of yourself in this world. Not making relationships your thing. Another one. Guy says, dude, I remember your last post. I wasn't looking good. So glad you followed through and asked other people. I honestly believe some of the commenters basically shaming you that she vomited and passed out on the floor and they were being so insecure. So glad you trusted your gut. Yeah, there were people giving him shit in the first part of this whole thing about her and all that. It's crazy. Imagine if you were still with her and oblivious to knowing that she legitimately effed two other guys and was totally cool with lying to you. That's actually crazy and mind-blowing. Imagine all the other people in this thread commenting and upvoting the same thing happened to them right under their noses, and yet they had no idea. Holy crap, you're being looked after by something big, my guy. So, overwhelmingly, people have this guy's support, but of course, in the beginning, there were people that were crapping on him and all that, but that's just how it is on Reddit, you know what I mean? But anyhow, guys, good one to go over. Always pay attention to red flags. Don't have your girl hanging out with other dudes. And if your girl regularly does drugs and alcohol, particularly drugs, don't waste your time. And honestly, guys, if you're on drugs or alcohol, you can drink on occasion, but if it's all the time and you're doing drugs, get off that shit. It's going to bring nothing but misery in your life. And if you're on that stuff and bad things happen, you got no one to blame but yourself. And I have zero tolerance for that bullshit. Alright guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, if you find a good story or article or something to share, email me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I definitely will want to get the chance. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. Now, catch you next time.